Well, hello boys and girls, welcome back to Last Row Racing, GT4 Season 1. We're at Laguna Seca today. I'm very excited for Laguna Seca. It's one of the tracks that I absolutely love. Jake, do you love it as much as I do?
I love it more, I would say.
Do you love it more? How much more? As
a great deal more.
A great deal more.
Only for its racing prowess.
Of course.
Particularly the spiral bit, mate.
The spiral bit, the corkscrew, that will be an absolute legendary corner. Do you think there's going to be a lot of crashes on that corner, mate? I can probably answer that for you if you don't know,
Maybe
mate.
not a lot. Maybe not a lot, mate, but I would say there'll be some.
Yeah? Who do you think will start that?
Probably Chris Downing.
Probably Chris Downing, yeah. I think you're right on that one, actually, Jake, you know? I think you're right on that one. I'll
always be right on.
Yeah. You can never go too wrong if I say Chris Downing. Right, that was actually a clean intro, Jake. I'm quite happy with that. I'm quite happy.
I don't know if I'm happy in general, mate, but I'll try and be.
Okay, that's good enough for me. Now, I've got to make sure that you are still loud enough. I think you are. I am trying to make you a bit louder. Can anyone on the stream, and Jake, you can see yourself if you want. Just make sure that you're loud enough. I think you should be. But... I think we should be loud.
I think I'm fine.
Do you think I'm fine? Okay, cool. If anyone's in the chat, please let us know if the sound's alright. I've been working on the sound so much because last stream for some reason we had some doubling sound and that made me want to cry. But that's okay because we're back now. It's a new day, Jake. A new track.
Move on. It's a new life.
And race number 12, I do believe this is, and we've only got 5 left. So the pace as well. The pace in this this league is ramped up quite a lot because obviously I was thinking later today, it's pretty much like the top 3 was always T-Shets, Sanders, and then I've forgotten the other one.
Sanders, and Schwartz.
That's the one, Schwartz. Keep me right. It's been a long day for me. It's always been like it was always them in the top 3 pretty much for the first like 5, 6, 7 races. But ever since I think it was Paul Ricard, you know, we started seeing people like James Ensby getting into the fight, and even Chris Downing was starting to absolutely blitz the field, and he is now at the moment with a 131.1 at the moment, which is blitzing speed. But I'm sure you'll be able to blitz that even more. That's just a warm-up lap for him, Jake.
Well, Tommy Shetter's beat him already, mate.
Yeah, Tommy Shetter's now in front. I don't know which car will be the best, and there's the corkscrew there for you, Jake, just so you know. Isn't that a fun one? See if we can get another shot of that. I want you to see it in all of its glory. That is a lovely BMW. You know what? I think BMW actually might beat the KTM for looks-wise now. I'm starting to love the BMs. Look.
Have you been racing a lot then, mate, recently? Or?
I have. I've been trying. I've been playing a little bit of iRacing, but you know what? I was I got into a bit of a stitch with myself because I was doing IRX, which is rallycross, which is where you drive on the dirt, and the where knock a line in there, perfectly shown how to drive on the dirt. Driving on the dirt and also driving on the tarmac, so you get to do some slidey stuff, and you also get to do some nice racing stuff. But the problem is with that, there's not actually many people that do it. So basically, you're either dog shit or you're really good at it. And unfortunately, you can imagine which one I was in. And at one point, and I'm just going to say it, I've got pictures to prove it. I think I was the 8th in the world at the start of the Rallycross Championship out of a couple of thousand people, and now I'm like 120th. So that's absolutely frying my brain. So I need another one to go into. I'm thinking of going into either IndyCar, either. Thank you for yawning. Yep. Either IndyCar. I've dabbled a bit in NASCAR. You know, that's actually quite fun. It hurts your arms like hell, but it's quite good fun. What's the other one? I love a good Skippy Barber. You know the Skippy Barbers because you've watched me racing them quite a bit. But good old Brett Noakes tells me that they're slow, so I stopped racing them because I felt bad.
Did he ruin it for you?
He ruined my life, I think, a little bit. I was about to become the next star in Skippy Barber racing. Yeah.
And what happened?
It's just Brett came along and just told me I was slow. Even though I was getting first and second all the time, so it's nice of him.
I wouldn't listen to what he says, mate. I just
no.
I'd ignore him and just
get on with my own life.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll try and do that. Have we got anyone in the stream? Saturn Strings, baby. How we doing? I'm doing good. Life has drastically changed since the last time we spoke. But yeah, it's gone really well actually. How's life with you, Saturn? What do you want to say? Oh, I thought you were going to say something there, Jake.
Me?
Yeah.
Oh, no, sorry, mate. No, I just said the word drastically was funny.
Oh, right. Okay, that's good. Oh, you're proud of me? I appreciate that, man. Thank you so much. I needed that to plump up my ego a bit more. I do appreciate that. It's been very stressy, but I am 100% destined to keep going strong. Life's boring, but I'm getting there. In it just in England. I don't know what it's like in Deutschland and for the Dutch. I don't really know what it's like there for lockdown and all that jazz. I'm guessing they're out now. It seems like the whole world's out apart from big old Bojo's constituency.
Yeah, well, I love them for it as well.
Yeah, you dig that.
Yeah, I'm glad that we're still in lockdown, mate.
You know what I've realised? I have just realised, weirdly, is I can have my Streamlabs up, and because like my Streamlabs streams pretty much on the dot, as in like it's live on the live. I can literally just look at my stream, like the thing that I'm streaming, look at the stream chat to the right of me, and I don't have to actually watch Assetto Corsa. I can just watch it. My life's been a lie. I've been trying to work out ways which I can look at the chat and watch the race and do the TV in. And I've just found out that I can just watch the stream while doing the TV and it's fine. I literally work in the media.
This is epic.
It is epic.
This really is epic.
It's absolutely beautiful. I might turn the cars down a wee bit, just because I can't hear you as well over the cars. I'm gonna plunk it to about that. Hopefully that'll be alright. Alright. Let us know, boys, and Saturn, if this is a bit better for your ears. Jake, have a little bit of a speak. Just speak about... Have you been racing lately, mate?
I have, mate. I've been doing time trials.
Oh, yeah?
Just with me, like...
Make the cars louder. Oh, so we don't hear Jake. Oh, sad.
So is that... Oh.
Yeah. Sorry, it's just that was so sincere and real. Oh no, here we go. I just hate the typing. So you've been doing time trials, Jake?
Yeah, no, I was fake. No.
Let's keep going with that joke. What's the what kind of time trials have you been up
to? Just a quick one.
Benvenuto's asking you to sing a couple of notes. I don't know how he's typed that because he's racing at the moment. He's driving and texting at the wheel. You should not be doing that, Benvenuti. Keep your eyes on the road. You little rascal. You little rascal. Ah, Saturn says sorry, Jakes. He says sorry. Will you forgive? James Ensby then with a 131.125. That was good, that mate. Well done. He's just behind Benvenuti, the other Brit. I believe they're in a team, aren't they? James Ensby and Benvenuti, or is it James Ensby and Ellis or Downing? I think all the British are just in one team.
Yeah, I think a lot of the British do share.
Yeah, I think it might be. I think it's Chris Downing, James Ensby, and James Ellis and Benvenuti. I believe.
You're not enjoying my doo-doo there?
Doo-doo?
Yeah, sorry, I'm really struggling.
Did you do a tune there for Benvenuti? That was lovely.
I just said doo-doo, which didn't even hit my foot.
That'll do it.
Well, no, how's your week been, mate?
This is SNR Benvenuti, not gonna lie, Mark Benvenuti. Oh, it's Mark Benvenuti. Oh my god, yeah, it's not Enzo Benvenuti. This is Senior Benvenuti. Is it Father Benvenuti? We've got Father Benvenuti in the chat. Well, I'm actually genuinely honoured. I think honoured is the word.
For the elder Benvenuti.
Yeah, the elder Benvenuti. You should be in the garage teaching Benvenuti how to drive. I think. Because I mean, the first race he ran out of fuel. Classically, if you remember that, Jake.
Oh yeah, it cost me. Because I had like 3 con.
Yeah. I feel like Father Benvenuti might be the faster Benvenuti. I don't know though. Don't know. Did you ask me how my week was going there?
I did.
Oh, thanks. We'll go back to that because I need some of that. My week's been going okay so far. It's Monday, so it's the first day. So what can go wrong really? We're here watching some racing. Can't get better. Can't get better really, can it?
That is true.
How's your week been so far, mate? Take your time.
It's been alright to be fair. It's just been very little happening. Just been trying to catch up with work, trying to get my work done in time and stuff.
Yeah.
It's been alright.
Have you been getting it done in time?
No.
Right.
No. Yeah. So it's mostly fine. It's we're still struggling with the teamwork, mate. But ultimately,
the teamwork.
Teamwork makes the dream work, mate, and that is the only thing that matters.
That is the only thing that matters. And you know what matters in racing? Teamwork. It all comes back around, Jake.
That's true. Teamwork is really
so it's Ellis Ensby and Robertson are in Team 1, and Hardy is in Team 2 to prep for next season. Gotcha. Thank you, Foxworth. I appreciate that. So we've got 7 watching on YouTube, and we've got 4 watching in Twitch. Get in. 4 viewers. Reveal yourself on Twitch. It's the first time that I can look at the chat because I've switched my brain on apparently today. So that's good fun. Okay, we've got 1 minute 30 remaining in this qualifying session. Let's get this open and let's have a look and see what the times are. So Tommy Shett at the moment, he's blitzing the pace with 1 minute and 29.799. We haven't seen Shett actually on top for a while, have we, Jake? So maybe nice to see Shett's reviving that podium position.
He's had some underwhelming finishes, hasn't he?
Behind him, Enzo Benvenuti in 2nd position with his father alongside watching him. The spirit of his father is pushing him along, I think, giving him some sort of ARS boost.
His father's alive, mate. I don't think his father's a spirit, mate.
No, he's not a spirit, but he's just giving him the oomph that he needs to get around this track. He's doing it for his father. and I appreciate that. Second place for Benvenuti then. Before you say anything else, Nokalainen. He's coming in at the moment in third. Last lap pretty much for everyone now. He's on a 1 minute 30.507. That's almost 5/10, I do believe. No, that's more than 5/10. That's way more than 5/10. That is 7/10, sorry, off the pace of Tommy Schett. And Benvenuti is 5/10 off Tommy Schett, if I've got my quick maths right there, which I probably haven't. Dambraskis, again, he had his debut, I do believe, last race, and he's absolutely blitzing it in P4. Hopefully he can do better than last race. So unfortunately, he qualified really high at Suzuka, but then unfortunately he tumbled down the line back into, I think he forfeited that race, didn't he? He retired, I do believe, at the end of it, because he just couldn't keep up. So hopefully he'll have a better race today. I'm rooting for you, Dambraskis.
These things just happen sometimes, mate. But what's important is that you come back from it.
You do.
Yeah. That's a
bit missing. So yeah, exactly. Bit missing. How are you doing, brother? It's been a wild ride home on the bus, but we've got here. Well, I was racing on the bus to get home. Bit missing the person I work with, by the way. Huh?
What was the bus like today?
The bus like today, it broke down. Literally broke down, but we did manage to get home, which is good fun. Okay, so our qualifying then. Everyone's coming around for their last laps. Tommy Schett, I'm trying to work out which corner he's on at the moment. He's going up to the corkscrew. There we go. So corkscrew time. And I want to see if I can get the helicam, but I can't find it quick enough. God, it is hard to find these cameras. Looks like Tommy Schett. So Tommy Schett at the moment doesn't have to realistically do anything, I don't think, to keep this position, because he is absolutely blitzing it. If Benvenuti can knock off 4/10, that would be absolutely beautiful, fantastic. Oh, but Schett goes a little bit wide, a little bit of drift in there, a little bit of IRX there. I think you do well in the IRX, Schett. He comes across the line. Will he improve on his time? Let's find out. Tommy Schett across the line now. Then he does not. Improving his time, a 1:30.201, so obviously that was a blitzer of a time, the 1:29.7 that he put in. Benvenuti is in the pits, Dambraskis also in the pits, Nokalainen in the pits, and I don't think anyone is going to challenge him. Tommy Schett's then on the front row. Whew. You know what, I thought today I was going to be really quiet because I've just finished work and I thought I was going to be absolutely conked, knackered, done for. Dambraskis. I don't know why I used his name to get across my feelings, but I'm a little bit I'm sprunky today. I'm getting it. I'm feeling it. Oh no, you really need a car. I honestly do. For a man who commentates over racing, I really do need a gosh darn car. It's very difficult.
Cars are very expensive, though, isn't it?
It kind of is, you know. Cars are quite expensive. I'm saving up for a little Mini Cooper. Hopefully, that's the pride and joy. Yeah, Mini Cooper is like my fave car.
Since when?
Since always, brother. Since always.
Since always?
Oh, always.
Wow. Well, should I?
Yeah, do you want to do your classic rundown? Go for it.
Well, Tommy Schett is starting first, mate. Second is Enzo Benvenuti. Third is Dambraskis. Fourth will be Nokalainen. Fifth is Chris Downing, the hero. Breaker in sixth. Ellis in seventh. James Ensby in ninth. Saint Laurent in ninth. Baldinger in 10th. Robertson in 11th. Oosterbruggen in 12th. Brilliant in 13th. J Hub in 14th. Raffestad, the hero, in 15th. Hardy, who I think is a newcomer, in 16th. Van Geffen in 17th. Delgado in 18th. And last but not least, Hugh Gven in 19th.
So that is our lineup there. It's a good lineup as well. That's what I'm saying. Tommy Schett's now breaking back into the podium positions there with Benvenuti just behind him. His father will be over the moon, I can imagine. As would I. I'm over the moon for him, actually, to be fair. Whoop, whoop, go England. With the newcomer, you say that one, please?
Who?
Third?
Dambraskis.
That's the one, thank you. He's our newcomer and he's in third, absolutely breaking the mold there. James Ensby, a little bit further down than what he usually is, in 8th, and James Ellis to to stay in front of him in 7th and Broker in 6th. We've seen Brooker kind of in the mid-table, just kind of chilling there, haven't we, recently? Which is really good to see. I'll give you a little rundown as well on the scoring for this season at the moment. Jay Sanders, who is not in this race, I do believe. I can't see him at the moment. Nope, can't see him. He's on 583 points, and Tommy Shetter's just behind him, second with 543 points. I don't think Tommy Shetter can get by Jay Sanders this race, but he can definitely make his way up to the fighting position if he gets a good result and stays first in this race. However, the fight that you should be watching is Chris Downham versus Tommy Shetts. Chris Downham is on 538 points, whereas Tommy Shetts is on 543. So that is an absolute fighting opportunity, to bring back some points and potentially get Chris Downham in a second. Is Chris Downham in this race? He is. He's just behind Knockalainen. So we'll be probably watching that race, if anything, more than the others, because that is the fight for P2. In 4th is James Ensby, 521 points. So again, the 2nd, 3rd and 4th spot realistically is up for grabs by any of those 3 drivers. Martin Brooker, a little bit further down, 433 points. And he splits Enzo Benvenuti by a hefty amount. Benzo Benvenuti got 351 points, so he can probably try and grab a couple of points back to get him, back into that fight for 5th. But we'll see. Benvenuti's definitely got it in though. He does have the racing pace. We've seen it before, and I'm hoping we'll see it again on this track. Carlos Delgado, he's got 292 points. He's in 7th, and behind him is Accelerate on 287 points. So they're going to be fighting for the 7th spot as well. So we'll be watching them closely. Raptor Star still just clawing his way into the top 10 on 277 points, but James Ellis is on 277 points also, so they're technically split 9th. So whoever comes in front of them will take 9th. That is our race, pretty much. Did you hear how well that flowed, Jake?
That was nice, that wasn't it?
It was.
We killed naturally, mate.
A bit unnerving. All the bystanders are looking at us with intensity. They honestly are. They're not following social guidelines. I don't know why they're flying the flags at the camera. They're really not understanding what they're supposed to be watching. But that's life, I suppose. They'll get through that however they want to get through that. Right then. Our warm-up lap starts with Tommy Shett starting the lineup. Benvenuti stalling by the looks of it. And Bram Varaxis also stalling. There we go. We're all off. All off. Anyone commenting on YouTube? Nope, everyone on YouTube just watching with intent. Absolute pro commentary there. Coming from a streamer like you, bit missing. I appreciate that tons. So Jake, who do you... obviously, I said to you before the stream, the corkscrew is obviously going to be a huge point for crashing, basically, especially on the starting lap. Do you think there's going to be anyone crashing it? And who do you think is going to crash it now that you've watched the lineup? Is your view still the same?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, Chris Downham, has potential to be the best racer you've ever seen and to have a dramatic, horrible error. So it really could be anything really with any moment.
Fair enough. I like that. You're keeping it open there, Jake. I
don't want to get too hard with my bullying, but
no, of course not.
Also, a good bit of bullying is positive, I think, somehow.
Yeah, sometimes it gets people through, Sometimes it pushes people to the absolute limit. And that's what we want. Thank you, Saturn Strings. Enjoy the rest of your evening too, buddy. Have a fun one and a safe one. Make sure you have a safe one, though. So predictions for the top 3. Who do you think is going to be our top 3?
I'd say me. Could be anybody's second or third, really.
Yeah, it was quite close. I can't see what the times were now, unfortunately, but they were very close. Obviously, Shett was absolutely blitzing it, but it looked like it was a wonder lap because he couldn't manage it at the end. So maybe it was a bit of a wonder lap, but at the same time, he did touch the grass, so we don't really know that for sure.
We don't have Schwartz or
No, we don't have Schwartz nor Sanders, so Shett has it all to play for, really. Yeah. Shett has it all to play for. There's going to be, to be fair, I can imagine there's a lot of pressure on Shett right now to bring this championship back to him. Honestly, if he wins it in the KTM, I will honestly be utterly surprised because of how slow that is in the straight line. I'll be incredibly surprised, and I will be absolutely rooting for him if he wins on that KTM. I love the KTM so much, and he's changed his livery, and it looks very nice. I have to say, very nice. Right, here we are then on the starting line. We'll go on the helicam because that's always a good one to start in. Where's this line? I kind of forget every now and again where it is because it's not that white line. It's the next one. Here we go. And now Laguna Seca race starts. Shet's. Oh, actually, Benvenuti getting a decent start on Shet. Shet's kind of dropping back because of the straight line speed. Dan Brassi's and Knockline staying in, tucked behind him. Down and getting pushed away a little bit in the background. But Shet going for the inside line. But Benvenuti gets him on the outside. Absolute unit of a move. Oh, but Shet is getting him straight back up on the inside there. Dan Brassic and Knockline switching positions there. Knockline back into third. Down and still battling to get a little bit ahead there. Dan Brassic actually conceding a little bit to down in there as Benvenuti and Shet and Knockalainen keep the podium positions intact. Benvenuti then only a little bit in front of Shet, and he should be probably a little bit worried because Shet obviously has incredible overtaking manoeuvres. We haven't seen much from Knockalainen yet, actually, overtaking wise, so we'll be destined to see how he overtakes in this battle for the top spot. Shall we get the helicam? We're going to get the helicam, but we're going to get the helicam going down the corkscrew, the best corner potentially in the world for racing. That is up for debate. Look at that, absolute corkscrew. Get in. That's why it's called that, Callum. Everyone seems to be going down it just well, just fine.
That's
I don't
nice.
think absolutely no issues there, boys. Give yourselves a pat on the back.
Benvenuti's getting a bit of space.
Benvenuti is getting a bit of space. Maybe the KTM has one lap ability, but maybe not race pace. Who knows? I feel like this is going to be a class battle. Actually, I do think so. One person in the pits already. Who's that? That's Greffin. He seems to be in the pits. I don't know if he started or if he got taken out. We didn't see that, unfortunately. If anyone can tell us in the YouTube chat who's watching, that would be cool. We've also got a what's it called? Pit stop. There we go. Pit stop that we have to be wary of. Which will change everything, of course, as it has done in the past. Let's get a pit stop strategy that we saw in Zandvoort, if you remember that. That was a good one.
So, how do you think it's going to be? How do you think it's got the best start made?
Well, obviously Benvenuti absolutely blitzed it on the outside on the first corner. I mean, the move was an absolute wonder move. I can imagine his dad is absolutely rooting and tooting for him, because I would be. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, Benvenuti looks like he's got the absolute legs on Tommy Shet. I think, for definite, the best starting move was Benvenuti on the outside. It doesn't happen often, especially on cold tyres. So, absolute whirlwind of a move there. Knockalainen there, actually, he's moved up quite a bit. I think Knockalainen started... did he start 5th? Because Downen started 4th, right?
Downen started 5th.
Ah, okay, so never mind, the wrong way around. So Knockalainen started 4th, sorry, and he's moved up a place into 3rd, with Downen just behind him in 4th. Jamie Ellis and James Ensby haven't moved positions yet, I do not believe, but they're obviously fighting for some points, so they'll want to be ahead of each other most likely. Ellis is fighting for P7 and Ensby fighting for P4, or was it, or P5 in the championship?
I think he's 4, isn't he?
He is. He's fighting for 3rd, sorry. So he's trying to get in front of Chris Downen. Where's Chris Downen compared to James Ensby? He's a couple of places down. So he'll be wanting to move up as soon as he can. We've got St. Laurent in 9th. He's been practicing. We don't usually see St. Laurent in 9th.
No, St. Laurent is usually the back marker, isn't he?
He is. So hats off to you.
16th, Rafa Star, who is a hero, is in 15th.
Absolute legendary. Absolutely legendary. Absolute pro commentary there. I do appreciate it. I was just stopping by. I'm ahead off, but need to catch up soon. Yes, we'll catch up soon. I'm sure of it. Thank you, Streams. Yeah. Just realised that I've read the same comments out.
I was going to say, I don't think Streams said another thing.
No, I don't think they did, Jake. I think I'm lying to myself.
I know it twice. Yeah, I read it though.
Right, has he got any battles going here? James Ellis now having a bit of a battle here with James Ensby. James Ensby absolutely clawing to get past James Ellis here. Jamie Ellis, sorry, but he prevails. Jamie Ellis prevails. James Ensby right in the back of him though, not giving her an ounce of space, nor an ounce of time to think, breathe, or even look in his mirrors. So how long Jamie Ellis can hold that off for is a question that should be holded.
See Brilliance up 10.
Benvenuti and Shetz now as well, still quite close to each other. And Knockline actually, they realistically, time-wise, they haven't really moved up and down. Oh, Knockline unfortunately going a bit wide there. Has he lost that position? He hasn't, fortunately for him. He hasn't actually lost too much time going wide there neither. Shetz and Benvenuti mustn't have got the best. Exit there on that corner. But Benvenuti now, Shetz definitely 100% pushing Benvenuti to his absolute limits now. Is Shetz going to go for a move on the outside? Strange corner to go on the outside with, but I suppose you've got quite a lot of exit curb on that corner. But he prevails, he goes back. Tommy Shetz back into second, Knockline is still third. See down in fourth. Dambraskas, he's in fifth. James E. Ellis, he's still in sixth. And James Ensby can't get past Ellis yet, which puts him in seventh. Martin Brucker in eighth position. St. Laurent with an absolute unit of a ninth position there. Well done, St. Laurent. Breuilants in 10th. Oostenbergen in 11th. That's pretty good for Oostenbergen as well. We generally see him in the lower. We generally see him in the lower midfield. So he's in the high midfield here. So good on you, Oostenbergen. I hope you get some decent points this race. J. Hub in 12th. D. Robertson in 13th. We saw him in Zandvoort muck up a little bit the leaders, if you remember, but it was totally fair. I remember we thought he was a blue flag, but he actually wasn't a blue flag, which is funny. We thought he was a blue flag, but he wasn't. So we do apologise for that, D. Robertson. A. Hardy in 14th. Raptor Star in 15th. He'll be looking to get up a little bit to stay in that top 10 points as he always does. Baldinga in 16th. Hugevin in 17th, and Delgado in dead last, unfortunately, in 18th. We don't usually see Delgado that far back, so hopefully
he's a fair bit behind as well.
He'll pick up some places hopefully soon.
He's very far behind.
Now the fight for fourth is absolutely raging on. We've got Downing, Dambraskas, Ellis and Ensby all very close to each other but Ellis going on the grass there, and Ensby getting a bit tail happy there, son, but he keeps it on the track. Absolute worldie of a catch. Did you see that, Jake? That was unbelievable.
I did.
Let's get a replay of that. I want a replay of that. Never mind, we won't get a replay because I haven't started the the replay buffer. Now we've got it though, so we'll never see that. We'll never see it ever again. I'm sorry, mate. Well, you'll see it on the stream. I might actually cry. I don't know. I'll think about it. I'll think about it. Right. Enzo Benvenuti now and Shetz and Knockline getting really close to each other now. I feel like this is going to be a mental race, and I feel like there's going to be some touching and body work. That was commentary, Callum. Well done. Oh, Shetz down the inside gets the switch back a little bit, but no, actually doesn't. Benvenuti though, he's always going to get the speed on this straight line, so he doesn't realistically. He doesn't have to worry, does he, Jake?
He's hanging on a bit.
He's hanging on. He doesn't really have to worry about these straight line bits here. So that last corner, actually, Benvenuti pretty much, if he's using his noggin right, he probably doesn't have to actually defend as much on that last hairpin because he can just get the position back on the straight because he's got the straight line speed on Shetz. Knockline as well. So Knockline realistically doesn't have to go for an attack there because if he just stays on the back of Shetz in some of the longer corners, he'll probably just absolutely shoot past him. The curse of the streamer brain. You know, I don't know if I've got a streamer brain. I think I've just got a stinky brain. I think that's the one. Thank you. I appreciate it. Do you like that one?
Nice.
Oh, camera having a bit of issues here. Where's it going? There it goes. Oostenbergen still 11th now. Let's have a little watch of the last of the people in the midfield. Oostenbergen going over the sausage curb. People are getting a bit brave with these corner cuts. I do like to see it. But when you've got sausage curbs taking you, that's a different story, different gravy there. Fortunately, it doesn't look like huge gaps at the moment. From 12 onwards, we've got 4 to 5 seconds usually from 12th down to 19th. Each car going, so haven't got too much of a battle going on there. But the battle's still raging on at the moment through Benvenuti and Shetz. Knockline dropped off a little bit. I wonder if he's overshot himself again on the first corner. He seems to be doing that a little bit. He needs to maybe just calm himself down, and he'll be right on it.
He's always very aggressive, isn't he?
Yeah, Knockline usually seems to really push the corners. I mean, obviously he's clearly got the ability to do it, but it's just when and where that he might not potentially have the wits of just yet. I'm sure he will though. He'll settle in. Obviously, It's only been a couple of laps at the moment. He's in third. I can imagine the tension's absolutely rushing through his body like a horse running through a horse box. There you go. That's a good analogy.
Dombrovskis is behind, very close to the down.
He is indeed. Where is it then? We've still got this battle between us. I don't know where James Ensby's gone though. James Ensby seems to have dropped off quite considerably, I think. Yeah, he's 2 seconds back from Ellis. I think he's even more than that. I think my thing is lying a bit. Yeah, 4 seconds. Sorry, he's 4 seconds behind.
Yeah.
Quite a way away. But this battle is absolutely raging now. I think this will be a good battle to watch. Oh, and who was that? That was a little bit of a crash there in the front, if you saw there. We'll have to go back to Benvenuti, but it looks like they're absolutely fine. Nokalainen, though, putting the pressure on Shet, and will he get it on the straight line here? Will Callum's curse come true of saying that the straight line speed is going to be a problem for Shet on that first straight? Let's have a look, see if... Oh, so Tommy Shet's going in for a really early pit stop. That is strange. I didn't think that would happen. Maybe at the moment, Jake, he's trying to get out of that little war zone there in P1 and P2. He's going to get some new tyres on. He's just going to drive.
Oh my god, that man!
That man? Which man?
That man on the corner. He was very good. I didn't know that the graphics were that good. I was surprised by that.
Yeah. Do you think it was a real person?
For a little bit surprised.
Well, I'm sorry that you were surprised there, mate. I would have give you notice. Oh, Downing getting a bit slippy slidey there as well. It looks like the battle back here is getting absolutely raging on. James Ensby really falling back now. I wonder what's happened to James Ensby. No idea. So it looks like Shet has pitted potentially to get out of that the firing line of Benvenuti and Nokalainen. There, he's just going to let them battle it out. He's going to let them scrap, lose time while scrapping. And Shet is just going to pick up the pieces. But what Shet's got to worry about now is if he's going to get into traffic. And the traffic's not going to let him pass because it's not a blue flag technically. So he's got to cut through that whilst not losing time. And that is going to be tough for Shet to do. Will it pay off? I don't know. Do you think it's going to pay off, Jake?
I think so. You see how Shet's do that, doesn't he? He always just very quick. He always has like strange, very strange
strategies.
Strategies.
He does, and they generally sometimes do work. So, because I remember, I can't remember which track it was. I think it was Zolder when it was raining. He went into the pit quite early, and he just managed to get out in front of that geyser. If you remember, I think it was.
A lot of the front people always say that when he does like weird things, that it surprises them sometimes, and people can panic a little bit.
Exactly.
If you're not expecting him to do it.
So it's probably a little bit of panic making as well. Like he might make them mistakenly pit stop. Because they think he might have something up his sleeve when he actually doesn't. He just wants new tyres and to get out of there.
Yeah, he might have just done some idiotic, but they're thinking, what in the world?
Why, he's a machine! What's he doing?
Like you're a footballer, like Ronaldo might accidentally spin the ball around with his back of his ankle and it might go in and people think, wow, he's the best player in the world, but it's an accident.
Exactly. You know? Accidents can happen. And sometimes they can look absolutely unbelievable.
Well, accidents can happen, mate, and that is why you must stay, stay protected, because you want to make sure that you're healthy.
Yeah.
And that's important. So
that is important. Stay healthy, guys.
Make sure that you all stay healthy, stay protected, stay.
Nokalainen going a little bit far off there. Nokalainen's actually overtaken down.
Oh, look like that hurt his car.
Yeah, I can't imagine that did his car too good. Should we have a little replay, see what happened there? I think the flooring will be absolutely tortured after that. Let's have a look. I don't know what's happening to the sound there. It's clicked off a bit. Oh my god, yeah, that is not fun. That will not do that any good. Flooring definitely scratched there from Nokalainen then. So if that affects his race in any way, the aerodynamics, etc., we'll have to see. Oh, and a big move here coming from Chris Downing. Chris Downing going for the takeout, as it seems. But actually, Downing doing really well to stay on the back of Nokalainen here. Nokalainen's making it very difficult. I better get on with me work, but it was good finally catching you live. Definitely got to come say hi again. Oh, thank you, my man. I'll catch you as well on your streams. I need to see how you go about it. I actually watched a couple of your highlights. Yeah, your streams are a little bit more well done than mine. Mine's quite guerrilla, like guerrilla filmmaking.
I mean, most of the time, we're always knackered. Oh, like something always happens. It's always a struggle getting to the shrine.
Exactly, but today I'm feeling all right today. I'm feeling kind of cool. So I don't know how, because I'm on like 2 hours of sleep. But
I feel horrible. But
bless you.
thank you, bit missing.
Knockline and again going quite far off the track. But thank you for coming a bit missing. It's been an absolute pleasure to chat to you. Knockalainen getting really now wound up probably by the looks of it by Downing. Really far, and it's a big battle. Oh, and Knockalainen going right back off the track again from C Downing. C Downing down the inside. Can he keep it? He goes really wide. C Downing's off. Dan Braskus, is he going to take that position? He absolutely does with flying colours. And Knockalainen now still in first somehow from all those mistakes. Look how many cars are on the back of him just absolutely hunting for that first place position. Knockalainen must be absolutely shitting bricks.
It's the stream that makes it worthwhile.
Stop it, you. Stop it. Come on. Come on now. Make me blush. Make me blush. Unless he's just saying that and I'm not the streamer.
Yeah.
That'd be good fun, wouldn't it? Knockalainen. Still absolutely... He's still somehow keeping that first position. I honestly don't know how, because he was a bit wavy that last time. He just needs to keep himself composed, keep himself together.
No, Downing lost the position.
Downing did lose a position, actually. He came third, because Dan Braskus obviously took that position off him. Which was mental. Do we have a replay of that, actually? We might have a replay. I don't want to take my eyes away from this, though. Okay, let's have a look at the replay. I think I do have a replay of that. No, I don't. Never mind. I forgot to click the replay button. That's cool, though, Callum. Don't worry. You've lost that moment forever. Night, mate. Have a good one. Have a good night. Make sure you give your dog lots of treats for me, please. I would appreciate that. Knockalainen's still going onto that gravel. Ellis now, he's going into the pits. Going into the pits. He doesn't want any more of that beef. He just wants to get some new tyres on and sit down for a bit, have a chill out. And meanwhile, as he goes into the pits,
Who's that in the...
That's I don't know. I'm gonna have to come up with a name. That's Jensen Button there. He's just he team radios Shet.
No, was that somebody in the thing still? Was there someone pitting?
Yeah, so Jamie Ellis there, sorry, was going into the pits, if that's who you meant.
Two person pits, wasn't it?
Was that?
Oh, I thought so. Was it? Oh,
might have been.
I might well be blind, actually.
Maybe.
I mean, Benvenuti's gone. Do you know that?
Benvenuti? Oh yeah, Benvenuti might have pitted. I think he did. Yeah, I think Benvenuti might have pitted. He's quite far back now. Yeah, I think he has. So Benvenuti's now pitted. The podium sitters are absolutely all over the place now. Towards the end of the race, this is going to get really tense, because now we've got a race. Oh yeah, my goodness, he hasn't done his pit stop yet, but still sixth. That's quite considerable.
10th.
I think this is going to be a really tense ending, you know. Really tense. Knockalainen now still in first by quite a fair bit. Downing's dropped off quite considerably now. Downing's about 1.5 seconds off. So I wonder what happened there when we were away for a second. We left our eyes for a second, and now they've blocked up. They've spaced out. Dombraskus though still in the background. James Ensby just kind of hovering in the background there, still saying, "I'm in your wing mirror." Just keep reminding yourself of that, because I will be back to hunt you down, and I'm sure he will. So we've got Tommy Shetton 13th at the moment. Has Tommy Shetton came out in front of Benvenuti? Yes, he has. So Tommy at the moment, it looks like the podium might at the end of this race be Tommy Shetton and Enzo Benvenuti when everyone's finished their pit stops. That might be how it's going to look. We don't know how third's going to look yet, because we don't know who's came out the pit, because it was fighting for it. It was Benvenuti, it was Shet, and then it was Downing in third, wasn't it? Downing was fighting for third, Benvenuti was fighting for first, and then Shet was fighting for second, and Shet was the first to break and run out of that little fight. So
broke a seal.
He did. Little battle now going through Broyland and Hub. They're having a little bit of a tussle there. A little bit of a midfield tussle.
Do you want some chewing?
Yeah, if you don't mind.
I'll be 2 seconds.
Oh, Broyland is off.
Oh,
And Hub goes right in front. Well, Hub will say thank you very much for that one.
in a bit.
In a bit. Drop a gear, disappear. Oh, but he overshoots a little bit there. No, he doesn't actually. Never mind. It looked like he overshot there, but he absolutely didn't. Very well done there from J-Hub, pushing him into a mistake. Good lad. Good lad. Oops, I accidentally clicked something and I hope it doesn't kill my PC. Thank you. 7 people still watching in YouTube. We need some predictions and stuff in the YouTube chat, please. What do you think is going to happen in the next, let's say, 15 minutes? When everyone's pitted, who do we think is going to be where on the podium? I want the YouTube chat to tell me what their predictions are when everyone's pitted. Who's going to be in our 1, 2, 3 position? Right. Okie dokies. Knockalainen's still in first.
Emerson, B. Robertson are in Team 1 and Hardy's in Team 2. Oh, we already said that?
We have said that. Don't worry, though. Don't worry, though. That was absolutely ages ago, but we do respect it, Jake. Thank you for keeping in contact.
I'm just keeping track, boys.
Thank you
What's going on?
Thank you for staying awake, Jake. I appreciate it. Oh dear, there aren't really many battles going on at the moment. This is the point in the race, in an endurance race of an hour, where it's just like everyone's kind of pitting, everyone's going to come back together at some point, but we're just waiting for that moment, seeing how everything pans out. Tommy Shett in 12th now, he's gained a position, I think. Benvenuti now, actually, is he behind? Yes, he is behind. Benvenuti behind, so technically, is Tommy Shett and Benvenuti going to start battling before they even get back to the podium positions? Because obviously
that
Benvenuti...
could really slow them down, couldn't it? If they start battling here.
That could slow both of each other down. Obviously, they're quite far back from each other now. They're like 6 seconds back from each other. But the way that Benvenuti was attacking Shett and how much quicker Benvenuti looked compared to Shett. Because obviously we've got to consider now Shett was in second and Shett now doesn't have the advantage of having slipstream. Whereas Benvenuti probably is going to have the advantage soon of slipstream. So we're going to have to see how that pans out, and if they do catch up to each other, that is going to ruin the podium positions at the end of this pit stopping conundrum that we've got going. Raftarsar actually gives the place up by looks to Shett. To be honest, quite a good decision from Raftarsar. If he actually is, never mind. Raftarsar says, fuck that, I'm not going to give him that position. I'm going to battle him all the way, baby. Whatever Callum said can piss off. I'm going to go on the outside. But Shett's outbreaks him, unfortunately. Unless he's going to get a cutback. No. We'll stay. We'll stay 10th. Stay 10th. Good decision, though, from Raftarsar. He's not realistically battling Shett, so he's just going to lose time, really, from battling Shett. So, you know, you fight your battles that you can fight. You concede the ones that you can't.
I like that, mate. I like that.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Need to listen to that, mate, don't they?
Yeah, they do, mate. They do. I feel like that's coming on to me, mate. Why are you being so hostile there, son? Make me outside Sainsbury's.
We should start streaming Slapshot.
Yeah? Do you think that'll be a good idea?
Imagine, I wonder how many people watch Slapshot.
Probably not many. Do you want to have a look in Twitch, see how many people actually stream Slapshot? If you haven't seen Slapshot, by the way, just an interlude from racing, it's an absolutely unbelievable game of pure might, will, and determination.
Slapshot Rebound has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I can't count. 11 viewers in total.
11 viewers. We could have those 11 viewers.
One's a Frenchman with a beard.
Yeah.
One is a Englishman who's playing with an Xbox One controller.
Nice. Hub's unfortunately gone off there again during that interlude. Now 6th. Bless the little cotton socks. Tommy Shett's now 10th, and Enzo Benvenuti, bloody hell. Oh, it's late and I'm knackered. Enzo Benvenuti in 12th, and to split them as Raftarsar, will Benvenuti find a little bit of an issue between Raftarsar? Who knows? Who knows? We've also got Hardy in between them, so we've got a blue flag and Raftarsar in between Benvenuti and Tommy Shett. So Benvenuti probably not going to be very happy about that. A bit of a headache, I can imagine, for Benvenuti. Oh. I feel like this is the bit where we just chill out a little bit, just see how it pans out.
Yeah.
You know.
But there's like 3/3, isn't there,
in racing.
In these races, where like originally it's everyone fighting for like position, and then starts to calm down a little bit, and everyone sort of wrestles everyone like stays in the same position for a little bit, and then by the end, sort of, it gets a bit more.
I think that is the beauty of an hour race. You get the absolute scrap at the start. The strategy then comes into play with the pit stops, and then the scrap at the end, basically for the last couple of minutes, like 15 minutes or so. Yeah. And that's the beauty of this kind of race, where you can just scrap it out. Whereas the endurance races, generally they're a lot more just strategy based, and you'll get into position if your strategy is correct. There's not as much battling going on. I mean, there's a little bit here and there, but like we saw from like Suzuka, there was a battling at the first 15 minutes, but then everything kind of washed away to just strategy, which is absolutely fine. People enjoy. Oh, that as Benvenuti gets a little bit of a scare there from Raptor Star.
Yeah, Raptor came in a bit dangerously, didn't he?
Yeah, Raptor Star rejoined the track maybe a little bit dangerously. I don't know why Benvenuti's tapping his brakes there. I guess we'll work that out. Do you want to see that replay? I want to have a look at that replay. See how close Raptor Star was there. On absolute ruining Benvenuti's race. That was very close. I can imagine Benvenuti needs to change his trousers after that one. So Benvenuti now in front of Raptor Star, and he continues his fight to get to Shet. Hugavin will split them though again. So it looks like he's getting past someone, then he has to get past another person pretty much to get to Tommy Shet. Tommy Shet won't mind that at all though, as he's cruising in 8th. He's just got past Oostenbergen as well, so now Benvenuti has 2 people to get past to get to Shet. But he's climbing his way up. He's got the legs, he's got the patience. Any crashes? There actually hasn't been, Brett. That is the strange thing. At least we haven't seen any. Only one person out at the moment, so he might have crashed out towards the back of the field. But at the moment there hasn't really been any crashes. The first stint of this race, if you'd like, was absolutely, to be fair, Brett, it's been absolutely class the first bit of the race. There was a 3-way battle for first, and there was a 5-way battle for 4th, I think, which resulted in a couple of touches. So we look forward to see how that's going to go when the pit stops come in. Obviously half the field's done the pit stops now, but the other half has to do it soon, so we'll be able to see where everyone goes after that. Kazdan Velasquez, sorry, go for it.
No, I was just going to say if someone could ban Brett for swearing. Yeah.
Yeah, you can't do that, man. Can't do that. Can't swear. This is an adult forum. Can't do that.
Yeah, I don't like swearing actually.
No,
it's actually ruined my mood completely.
Yeah, it's made you fucking fuming.
But I'm alright.
You'll work through it. You'll work through it. Chris Downing and Dambraskis is the only last 2 of that of the top 3 on 4. Sorry, the top 4. To apparently Brett's going to smack you. I don't think he's got the legs on you, mate.
No, he doesn't.
Kazdan Braskis and Chris Downing were the only ones, to not pit out of the top 3, but Downing now has conceded to the pit. Kaz is the only one left standing from the top 4, I keep saying 3, top 4 battle that we're hopefully going to see towards the end of this race. Downing now just getting out in front of Nockalainen by the looks of it. Was it Nockalainen that he just got in front of? It wasn't, it was Hardy. Where's Hardy? Or is Hardy a blue flag? We'll never know. We'll never know. So where's Nockalainen now? Let's have a look. Nockalainen's here in 9th. Yeah, so he probably is just in front. Nockalainen in front of Downing, sorry. So there's quite a gap actually there. So Chris Downing now needs to work those new tyres and try and get some time on Nockalainen.
Well, Tommy Shet's his strategy is very nearly ended up working.
Nearly. Obviously, Tommy Shet is going to have unbelievably shredded tyres compared to that of Downing. So Downing's probably going to have the edge. And if anything, it matters now how far ahead has Dambraskis got. Dambraskis looks like he's a whole lap ahead by the looks of it. He's on the 3rd corner now, and Tommy Shet is on the penultimate corner now, 2nd to last corner. So Kaz is actually almost a lap ahead. Will he manage at this point to... well, nearly there. Kaz nearly ruined your race.
Yeah.
Will Kaz be able to do a pit stop, be on the freshest tyres out of the top 4, and actually manage to have a really decent battle to get back up into the top spot? This will probably be an unbelievable fight for the top spot. I actually am proper... I have to say, for a couple of these races, obviously, the end has been a little bit of a not a nail-biting, basically, finish. Like, the nails are not bitten, completely grown in.
Very clean nails.
Yeah, very clean nails, because they have not been bitten.
Brett doesn't have.
Exactly. But, I think I just said exactly so nicely. Morgan White with the shocked faces. He's as shocked as I am. Martin Baruka and Dan Brasquez is now the only ones to pit, but Dan Brasquez is now coming into the pits. Will his plan work? I can't remember how long it takes in the pits. I think it takes about 45 seconds-ish. And how far back is Tommy Shett from Dan Brasquez? So where's Dan? He's coming now. He's about halfway around the track now, Mr. Shett. If Dan Brasquez gets in front, he's got P1. I think. I don't think there'll be anything that, in my mind, that makes him not P1 worthy. And that'll be absolutely fantastic, I think, to see.
And eventually, like Tommy Shett has to come back from the poor performances he's had.
Exactly. Dan Brasquez still in the pit. When will he leave the pit? I don't know. Tommy Shett's now coming around the last corner. I don't think he's going to get in front. Dan Brasquez, sorry. I don't think he's going to keep his first position. No, Dan Brasquez isn't going to keep his first position. Tommy Shett is going to get out in front of him. But by how much is the question? By quite a considerable margin, apparently. I wonder if Dan Brasquez potentially picked up some damage and had to fix that, because I think that was a little bit longer than usual in the pits. So, Tommy Shett's then, I think, realistically back in the first. Martin Baruka has to still pit, but I mean, that is definitely not going to stay where he is, unfortunately.
I would get unbelievable anxiety if I was the last person. If I was the only person who hadn't pitted, I'd just play, am I doing something wrong?
Yeah, honestly, it is quite naff, you know, when everyone else has pitted but you. It's a bit of a weird strategy to go off. But you know, you got to do it. You got to try new things. This is racing, brother. What? Every second counts.
That's true.
Every second counts. I don't have clean fingernails. All right. Well. Well, you can read that for yourself, Jake.
I'm gonna ban him.
Oh, we don't love to see that, Brett. We've already told you.
I banned him. I banned him.
I banned him now. Right, T-Shett must be in front now. He is. Martin Baruka back into the pits now. I don't know where he's going to come out, unfortunately. I think he'll probably come out in about 9th-ish, something like that. Shett's then back into first. He manages to stay in front of Benvenuti. Shett is always amazing with his strategies. Absolutely crazy. But let's have a look at the timing sheets here. So the last lap, Shett did a 1:30.6, which is unbelievable. And Enzo Benvenuti did a 1 minute and 32. So I'm guessing Benvenuti had a little bit of an issue there with his lap times. So Tommy Shett's absolutely blistering pace. Doesn't look like he's going to get stopped anytime soon. Absolutely flawlessly taking the crown at the moment. Doesn't look like anyone's going to fight him for the top spot just yet, as we've got quite a spaced out podium at the moment. Even with Enzo Benvenuti and Nokalainen, we've still got quite a big gap.
So Tommy Shett has it, really?
I think I do. In an ideal world at the moment, Jake, Tommy Shett has got it. Enzo Benvenuti in second, where he started, to be fair, so he can't really be not too happy.
Do you think it's a mistake for someone to get back in it?
I mean, you know, this track realistically has no bounds for mistakes because of how short the curbs are, and if you touch that, you know, dust while you're going like full revs, it's a nightmare fuel for your car pretty much. So mistakes can happen anywhere. We've seen a couple of mistakes through this race with people going at the gravel traps. We saw it with Chris Downing, obviously, and with about 40 minutes left to go of the race, we saw Chris Downing go off, and Dombrovskis pushing up into third. So yeah, realistically, I think there could be a huge mishap with Shetz, but Shetz just needs to keep his head clear. He's obviously got the pace. He's absolutely blistering it. But to be fair, though, Benvenuti did just set a 30.858. But at the same time, Shetz just posted a 130.528, so he's still quicker. So yeah, we'll see how this pans out. Nokalina doing 31.8, and Dambraskas though doing 31.269. So we might see the top spot in the third top spot. Sorry, changing. Chris Down and Dambraskas and Nokalinen all pretty much within 2 seconds of each other. Nokalinen has 2 seconds to Dambraskas, and Dambraskas has 1 second to Chris Down and behind. So it looks like it's going to be quite a decent. No, he absolutely doesn't. I don't know why my...
Yeah, mate, he's 5 seconds ahead.
Yeah, he's 5 seconds ahead. I don't know why...
I wasn't going to,
spoil my moment.
Yeah.
Thank you. I appreciate that. As my second-hand man. I don't know why my little thing to the left of me does that. Just lives to me all the time. I just need to keep looking at the actual race screen. So Benvenuti is plus 12 off T-Shet. Nokalinen plus 6. Dambraskas plus 4, and down in the closest to Dambraskas with 1 second between them. Oh, and they are having a little bit of a fight. Let's keep on these guys, because obviously Chris Downen, we know, is quite a formidable character when it comes to attacking. So
yeah, Chris Downen has really shown what he could do, maybe. But 23 seconds for a catastrophic mistake.
Exactly, 23 minutes.
Well, since we've had a catastrophic mistake, you know. What a time it would be if Chris Downen sort of shakes this reputation he has for being an absolute, exciting man.
I do know.
It's like a Conor McGregor fight, mate. To make a reference that everyone will know.
Yeah.
He might win, he might lose, but he's always exciting, mate.
He is. There's never not an exciting fight with Conor McGregor.
There's never not an exciting corner with Chris Downen, because he could ruin the race for everyone. He could absolutely dominate the entire race. Yeah.
You just never know. Speaking of dominating the race, Downen going for a bit of a dip there in the gravel.
Downen, yeah, I was going to say, he's not returned on the track well either.
Well, he's trying to stay now in front of Ensby, I think, isn't it? Yeah, James Ensby now having a bit of a... Oh, Downen's getting a little bit frustrated, I think, with James Ensby right on the back of him there. A lovely position there to cut back. And you see how much of an exit speed James Ensby got on there on Downen. That corner is absolutely beautiful for a cutting back. Absolutely gorgeous. Gorgeous. Ensby now trying to go on the outside. No, cutting back actually, Ensby. Right on the bumper of Downen. Oh, James Ensby spins Downen. Oh, Downen is not... Thank you, Jake. Downen is not going to be happy with that at all. That was none of Downen's fault, unfortunately. That was an absolute spinach.
What was I just saying?
That's
you never know. Anything could be happening.
Oh. It's unbelievable.
What do you think Chris Downen's just said there?
Well...
Probably not nice things.
Definitely not nice things, I don't think. Shall we have a look at that replay? Because that was...
Surprise, the king is back.
Let's have a little look at that replay, because it was none of Downen's fault, unfortunately. Ensby just getting too greedy, realistically, and Ensby just spinning him without any doubts in his mind. Taking the throne off the crash merchant straight off Downen. I guess we'll start taking the mick out of Ensby, I suppose. Not Ensby, sorry. Oh, was it Ensby? It was Ensby. No, it was Ensby. Do you believe?
Well, Ensby got no position as a put down it.
Yeah, Ensby's still going. Ensby's not even thinking back.
He's off it. He's like, all right,
he's off. See you later. Where is game chat? Bound to be some rage. Holy crap! What a massacre indeed. That was a bit naughty from James Ensby. I'm sure that we'll say we'll probably say a 30-second time penalty for Ensby, and that'll ruin his chances at the championship. Do you think he's going to get a penalty for that? I think the marshals might give him a penalty.
You would think so. If anything deserves a penalty, it might be that.
Yeah, I think so.
Will that have hurt Chris Downen's car at all, or do you reckon his car will be fine? It didn't look like it was too hard, but
It didn't look like he hit him hard, but he did hit the wall on this left side, I think. He might not have, to be fair. He might have gotten away with it. His car doesn't look that bad in shape, actually. I actually think he has got away with that scot-free. So maybe, I mean, he's down in P7, bless him. Look at those angry fucking car eyes. He's got his lights on and everything. He's going for it now. Why has he got his lights on? He's obviously been pressing every single button on his.
Yeah, probably so he can flicker them at him.
Yeah, he's probably definitely going to flash her as soon as he gets back up to James.
So someone said James didn't hit him on his screen. Desync. He hit him though. Ensby should give the place back if they touched. They touched quite blatantly. I don't know if he'll give the place up though.
No, I think because of the way that it happens, stuff like that. You give a place back if you give someone a nudge off the track and they're kind of like in the same space as you. But now that James Ensby is so far away, I don't think a place give will be on the cards. I think if anything, it's going to be a time penalty. And if it's a time penalty just to give that position back, I think it'll be like a 5 to 10 second penalty.
Well, Ellis got his position back from Ensby, so maybe they will get near each other. That is the issue. They didn't touch. They did touch.
Yeah. Well, it's down to.
I'm not sure what if there was lag or whatever. They definitely did touch though.
They unfortunately did touch. If lag was involved or not. That is unfortunate. Yeah. I've had that issue with obviously kind of elastic banding pretty much in sim race, and it is an absolute. It's so difficult as well to judge when you're getting lag like that. Obviously, it's a thing that we have to consider in sim racing. But we'll see what they say. Obviously, if James Ensby has recordings and stuff like that of him absolutely not hitting him whatsoever, then nothing might happen. We'll see what happens though. Obviously, I don't think it was intentional. I think Ensby just got a bit too much on the back of him, and obviously the lag probably didn't help the motive.
I'm sure down in understands.
Yeah, I'm sure he does. As a Brit to Brit, I'm sure he understands, and he's been lovely about it.
Conan has had issues himself, so I'm sure he'll understand. He's getting closer to Ensby though.
He kind of is, and you know why? Because Ellis and Ensby are now starting to battle it out. That's why he's starting to get a little bit closer down him with his lights on. Honestly, that BMW genuinely looks mean.
Well, if you were Ellis, you just want to stay away from Ensby, you know, at any time.
Yeah.
Again, unfortunately,
I think
Ensby will get used to some bullying. I think now Chris Downing might have to move on from being the crash merchant.
I have a feeling if we're going to see another battle between Downing and Ensby, it is not going to be very nice, because he has clearly probably not been told that there is elastic banding in that hit. Because obviously in our eyes and in his eyes, most likely, all he saw was like a greedy Ensby, not an Ensby that didn't realise how close he was. So might get a little bit saucy here in the last couple of minutes, last 17 minutes of racing to go. It's actually flew by, this race, actually. Which is good.
Michette's still well ahead. Benvenuti is still well ahead. Knockalainen is third, which is good for him. Dombrovskis, who hasn't raced too many times, he's looking fourth as well.
Yeah, he's doing really well. Fourth is actually an incredible position, especially from obviously the last one that we saw of him, which was back in Suzuka, Japan. It would be nice
ahead of Ensby and Ellis and Down and Brooker.
Yeah, exactly. The top dogs. The top dogs in the league, realistically. What do you think to lie about? Brett, there's two things you should know about me. I'm class at commentating, and I don't lie.
That lies quite often, doesn't he?
Yeah, I would say so. He says he like lifts like heavy weights and stuff, but I don't think he does.
No. The only thing he lifts, mate, is his breath. He's lifting.
That's true. That's true. I would like to note that in the chat, Noxie is our pal. So.
Oh yeah, I'm not just talking this about fans.
Yeah, this is a fan, but a fan that we know quite well.
I'll smack you about.
Like a
Spell
fan.
that,
lad. Right. Okay. Ellis and Ensby still absolutely battling out for that fifth position.
Oh, Delgado, bless him.
Where's Delgado at?
He's ahead of Ellis.
No, is he? Oh, is he a blue flag? Bless him.
Yeah.
Oh, well, he's going to have to give that position back in a second. But I have a feeling now that you've... Oh, James Ensby getting a little bit happy there on the gravel. Just testing the waters, seeing what you can do on the gravel. I don't think you can do much, though. Ellis, just about keeping on track there. Let's see if there's any good little battles going on at the moment. Oostenbergen and Rafterstar absolutely gunning it at each other. Rafterstar quite far back. He'll be not too happy with that. And also Martin Balderig in the Chevrolet. I haven't seen a Chevy in a while. The Chevy does look lovely, and it sounds quite mean, and it looks quite mean, and it's also got quite a lot of damage.
Yeah.
So that's probably why he's a bit far back. Damage on the back and the front. That generally doesn't help because that's where the aero is.
He's still chasing down 14th place or him in rapid style.
Yeah. He's not doing too bad, actually, with the amount of damage that he's got. Oh, speaking of that. For a car that doesn't like corners, he's doing pretty well. With, on a track that has lots of corners. I mean, usually tracks do have lots of corners. Yep, we move on. We are kings. How are we doing in the YouTube chat? We've got 8 watching. That's a lot more than we usually get. We've got 11 viewers. No, 12 viewers at the moment.
Yes.
My maths is absolutely arse. I wanna see what your predictions are. You've seen how the race is going so far. We thought that the positions were going to be T-Shetts, Benvenuti and Downing, but now Downing obviously has been hit out and he's quite close to Ensby now, so prepare for some awful battling, I can imagine.
No.
Oh, so here we go then. Ensby actually has got damage on the front of his car there, actually. That is probably why he's been slowing down a little bit compared to Downing. Downing now. He's actually keeping his cool down, and I would have thought Downing, if he had his head still a bit full from that incident, he probably would have gone for a really dangerous move. And oh, get in there, Downing, son. Get that position back and get it back in style.
The rightful player.
The rightful king is back, baby. But James Ensby not going to let him 100% get that. Oh, and he's going to go down the middle. Down the inside, sorry, when I was talking about Downing then getting pushed onto the gravel a little bit. Ensby and Downing still battling out who will have the straight line speed. Obviously, Ensby got a little bit of damage to the front spoiler. Will that affect him? It looks like he will do. Downing, unfortunately, pulling away from Ensby, but will Ensby be getting the inside line? You can get a good cutback on this corner, but no, Downing takes him on the outside, doesn't even bother with the cutback. He's trying it now, but unfortunately concedes the that position back to Ensby. Whew. It's exciting stuff, and Downing, oh, straight back on, pushed him away, says, you hit me, son, I hit you back, we're one square, and Ensby turns it.
Oh, Ensby.
And Chris Downing walks away, back with the crown.
I'm scared.
Oh, take a bow, Downing. He takes the reckless crown back.
For England.
For England. Oh, you've got to love it. You've got to love a good little scrap, innit? That was a good little scrap. That's got me smiling. How did the fans like that? YouTube's just saying what's happened. Morgan with the dog faces. It's all kicking off in the stream.
Ensby's not well keep it, to be fair.
Yeah, I can imagine there is actually genuinely going to be a British scrap after this. Lockdown rules just thrown down and down, and then Ensby will be mating at a car park in Sainsbury's. Gloves off.
You don't know about Brexit?
Yeah. Well, Chris down and then back into safe. Oh dear. Deary me, how? Tommy Shetts, however. Is he having issues with Benvenuti? No, never mind. Tommy Shetts has pulled 17 seconds on Benvenuti. Tommy Shetts doesn't even have to worry now. Tommy Shetts probably is going to be our victor if nothing happens to him.
Yeah.
He looks like he is the man with the plan. Benvenuti, though, very comfortably in second. That'll be a decent amount of points for Benvenuti. That'll throw him up the leaderboards a bit, because this leaderboard that we've got at the moment has been a bit thrown about, hasn't it, by bumps and trumps.
I just want to say as well, obviously with 10 minutes to go a minute.
Yeah.
I think we're going to skip the interviews again.
That's okay. I was going to say this. Me and Jake have got things on. Obviously, you've got uni work to do in it, so. Yeah.
Well, I was going to mainly say just my fuzzy eyesight. I can't say.
Ah, yes. Jake currently has a migraine, so he probably wants to sit down and rethink. Oh, Oh, Benvenuti just getting past there from
Baldry. Slap shot.
Oh yeah, you need to write that.
Slap shot wall analysis.
Yeah, you need to get better. You need to get better.
Sure.
We need to get better. We're best still play slapshot. Don't you worry, mate. That's part of the essay. We need to get some screenshots. Shall we have a look at that replay of Downing having a little bit of battle there with Ensby? So Ensby obviously going onto the inside. Downing trying to fake going on the outside. Fakes it actually well because James Ensby leaves him tons of space. Technically, that wasn't Downing's fault. It actually kind of wasn't. That was actually clean racing, and it was Ensby turning into Chris Downing by the looks of it.
Ensby's a crash merchant.
He is. Ensby takes the crown back. The crown has been given back and forth this race. James Ensby then still going for it. That Ensby killed himself. Well, I don't think he's done just that, but he has indeed crashed. Hopefully he's not dead in there. If he is dead, his body is doing an absolute flyer of a job keeping that car on track. But yeah, indeed, he did unfortunately take himself out, Keegan. And as you can see, the aero's damaged there because his back end's kind of twiddling out every now and again when he's going on corners now. I can imagine we're going to see his back end. Yeah, got a little bit wide there. James Ensby probably out of this race now, probably out of the running, unfortunately. Unfortunate for James Ensby because he was doing good.
He was racing well.
Mark Benvenuti saying Downing did look hungry for the position. He really did, and he absolutely fought for that position back. I mean, hands down, and well done to Downing. I mean, like
he beat Brooker as well.
Yeah, I mean, he took. Oh yeah, he's overtaking Brooker. Oh, blooming heck, didn't even see that. That was quick. All right, Chris, calm down, calm down. But yeah, Chris Downing, I mean, what a legend. Comes back from being taken out to retake the position that he was in. Was he in 4th or was he in 5th? Before his crash. I think he was in 5th, wasn't he? Because James Ellis was behind him also. So will he get that position back in 8 minutes? 4 seconds to knock off in 8 minutes? It's doable. What's Chris Downing's last lap time? So Chris Downing's last lap time was a 1:30.7, and James Ellis was a 1:31.5. This could be a very good battle for 5th towards the end of this race. But hands down, a big round of applause, I think, for Downing for getting that back. Absolutely enthralling race for him.
He has been good. Downing, as I say, Downing is excitement.
Yeah. Driver of the day?
Say again.
Driver of the day?
If I can't give it to me, I would maybe say Raffestar.
Raffestar.
It's been, I would say, probably a flawless race for Raffestar, really.
Yeah.
As it usually is.
13 seconds behind 14th.
And I would say, from start to finish, I think he hasn't really made any mistakes.
No. He hasn't made any mistakes, that's true.
Downing's had some mistakes,
That's true.
Tommy Shetts has had some mistakes, So I would probably say Raffestar, but if not Raffestar, probably obviously Tommy Shetts, who's dominated.
Yeah, Tommy Shetts has absolutely dominated, that is true.
Had the absolutely boss pit strategy. He went early. His tyres are probably on absolute fire though.
Yeah, they probably are. He probably will be slowing down quite considerably soon. He's doing 1:30.5s at the moment, but Benvenuti doing 1:31.9s trying to catch up to him, so Shetts is absolutely going to blitz it, I think. He's probably going to take it home.
Seconds, doesn't he?
Yeah. Who's your driver of the day, people, in the comments section and the Twitch live chat? Let us know who's your driver of the day, and we'll discuss it. All right, so Benvenuti as well, comfortably in second now. Doesn't look like he's going to have many issues. Knockline apparently 3 seconds behind. He actually is. Knockline kind of catching up. And catching up well. We'll see what their last times are. Knockline, though, his last time was a 1:31 dead. Benvenuti's a 1:31.9, so almost a second slower than Knockline. Maybe we'll see a good battle for second here, Jake, as well. So might we see a battle for 5th and for second, maybe? Potentially.
Well, Dabrowski says on 2 Fabian. Sorry.
Bless you. Noxy65 says Hugoven for driver of the day. What do you think about that?
Say again, sorry, I was trying to focus on not sneezing again.
Yeah, that's fine. Noxy65 says Hugoven for driver of the day.
That's just absolutely ridiculous. It's absolutely a laughable response to my serious question. I'm banning him.
Go on then, lad, I'll let you. Anyone in the YouTube chat? Downing did look... Driver of the day, Ellis. Ellis has done well, to be fair.
Ellis has done well.
He's done pretty damn good.
Apparently beat Densby for that position.
Can you remember where he started? Can you remember where Ellis started? It wasn't 5th, that's for sure.
I can't remember, you know.
I think it was like it was somewhere closer to 10th, I think.
Yeah, I think it was around middle.
Oh, wasn't it 7th? Or was it
might
6th?
be.
It was 6th or 7th because I remember saying that they were fighting for their positions. But yeah, Ellis.
Again, he's actually going to finish above Downing, above Ensby.
Yeah.
Was it a good race?
Because obviously he's managed to get away from Downing and James Ensby's kind of a little tussle.
Ensby had the position and then he got it back and he got well away from him.
But
Downing is
I was going to say, how long is that going to continue? Downing is being refueled by some sort of...
Well, Ellis's worst nightmare was probably that Raffenstar was going to let him pass, and Raffenstar did.
Absolutely let him pass with flying colours. Said, you can go through there, son, I don't mind. Actually, I'd rather see his fight, so I can get a position out of it. Downing, a good clean fight. It was, to be fair, it was a good fight for that position. Downing's been good all race. It's just that little touch. And to be fair, watching the replay back, it wasn't his fault at all. It was James Ensby turning into Downing by the looks of it. Downing was on the inside. It was his corner.
An uncharacteristically clean race, you could say, from Chris Downing.
So, Brooker, that's a very good shout. I think Downing should get probably driver of the day. Who knows?
Downing's driving with anger. Ensby has released a monster. That's true. You don't know what you've started. Society. It's blamed for this. What happened to Ellis? He spun himself out. Morgan, how I drive up the A1.
No, it wasn't Ellis you mean Ensby.
No, he said that happened to Ellis. Oh, yeah, of course. Nothing happened to Ellis. Ellis is fine.
Ellis is chilling. Ellis is chilling in 5th. If you mean Ensby.
Just about.
Ensby unfortunately got taken out, my man, by Downing. But it wasn't Downing's fault. If you are talking about Ensby just got touched by Downing on the inside. So, racing incident, I think, in my eyes. I might actually still have the replay, mate. So I might be able to put that on for you while Ellis and Downing are doing this little fight. I will keep an eye on the race quickly. But as you can see here, let's have a look at it again. Ellis going obviously a little dummy there to go on the outside, but goes back on the inside. Ensby turning into Downing. I don't think that was Downing's fault. I think Ensby did that to himself. I think. Anyway, Downing's still on the back of Ellis. Ellis probably shaking in his little booties at the moment because Downing's, for whatever reason, lights are on, wasting fuel. But you know, he doesn't need that fuel. He's got pure determination to get him through.
2 minutes left. He's just hoping he has enough to get past him.
Oh, Ellis was way ahead of Downing just a few laps ago. Yeah, Ellis has been, compared to Downing, Downing has been, as I say, refueled by some sort of anger, some sort of hatred, like the dark side. And he's absolutely hungry. He's hungry for the positions right now. So, at the moment, Downing's lapping a 1:32. Dead. Oh, well, Jamie Ellis did a better lap than him apparently last lap. But Downing, for the most part, was lapping about a second ahead. Second quicker, sorry, of Jamie Ellis. So, yeah, that's pretty much what happened with Jamie Ellis. He's just not been quick enough compared to Downing, and Downing's been absolutely hunting him down. Downing now just managed to turn his lights off there, save the environment. Will he take Ellis last lap? I think, honestly, he might. I didn't even realise it was a minute till the race is finished.
Yeah, no, I didn't.
So we've only got a minute left. Will he take Ellis in the last lap? Honestly, Downing, realistically, here has absolutely nothing to lose, I don't think, points-wise. I mean, like, he's quite high up. Obviously, a nice position here in 6th would be lovely for his points, but I think if I know Downing, mate, he'll be gunning for that position. He will punt him off. Pass or punt. Honestly, mate, it could be either. It could be, honestly, either. Here we go then. Downing on the outside of Ellis. No, he drops back a little bit, actually. He wasn't as close as I thought he was. Oh, but he's braking very late. Maybe a little bit of a switch back here on Ellis. Ellis is probably going to be absolutely He's going to be on it for his life here, for his kegs, keeping his kegs on, son.
Is it going to be one more lap, or is this going to be the last lap?
No, this is definitely the last lap, 100%. Actually, it determines if Tommy Schetz has already finished his lap, actually. Tommy Schetz actually might come across the line. No, I don't think he will. Let's have a look. I do want to keep on Jamie Ellis at the moment, though, but we will find out in a second if Tommy Schetz has finished the race in first. So, has he got past the line? No, he didn't. We've got another lap, I think. We have got another lap. So, James Ensby now... Sorry, not James Ensby. Chris Downing has got 2 laps to do this.
Oh, who've got a drive-through?
Giving him the drive-through penalty. And that seals the last place, I do think.
Unlucky Hoover.
Unlucky Hoover, lad. I don't know what that drive-through was for, but I hope you're...
Probably deserved it.
Yeah, it's probably a well-deserved one. Who knows? Okay, C Downing then coming to the last lap. Jamie Ellis still in front of Mr. Downing there, but not giving him an edgeway of space. Heart pumping, testosterone racing. It's going to be a good last lap here. I said the last lap was going to be a bit intense, but I didn't think this is how intense it was going to be. I didn't realise it was going to be an intense fight for 5th position. Oh, everything. T-Shet still in way ahead of Benvenuti. Benvenuti looks like he's going to finish second, and Tommy Schetz looks like he's going to finish first, which hopefully... And Knockalainen a cheeky little third there as well, so hopefully that'll be our top 3. So, is Chris Downing going to do it? Ellis keeping in front a little bit. Their last lap times, Jamie Ellis did a 131.7, whereas Chris Downing did a 132.2, but he has been attacking every now and again, so I think he's been dropping back because of the attacking that he's been doing. So obviously he's been attacking quite harshly. Not harshly, sorry. He's been attacking hard. And because of that, he's been squeezed out and he's been pushed back. So that's probably why he's got a little bit slower of times, because you can see that Downing is keeping on the back of Ellis, absolutely, you know, cool as a cookie, cool as you get it. And they're absolutely scrapping for this last few corners, sorry, using as much of the curves as possible. Downing now, surely not going to go for a move on the corkscrew. A little bit too far back there. Ellis probably shaking his booties right now. His team not saying anything down through his radio, I hope. Needs full concentration for these last 2 corners, because Downing could do anything.
Literally anything.
I think he might be a little bit too far back now, unfortunately. Tommy Schetz comes across the line. He's first. Benvenuti comes across a very lovely second. And it does look like Ellis is going to stay 5th out of absolutely nowhere. Jamie Ellis, what a ride there. He'll be very happy, I can imagine there. Downing, unfortunately, P6, I can imagine he's going to be very upset with that, where he came, braking instantly and just wanting to get out of this race. Bless poor little Downing. You had a good race though, buddy. Chris Downing then finishes. Brooker 7th. James Ensby, he's going to come across 8th by the looks of it. Hasn't crossed the line just yet though. That's still an okay position for Ensby after what happened to him. I think he'll be happy to bring home some points. Bit of a scrappy race though from Ensby, but we do love to see it back in the stands. James Ensby here comes over in 8th place. Christopher Brielance is coming over the line next. He's got a lovely 9th position. I think Brielance will be happy with that. That'll probably keep him in the top 10 quite lovely, quite nicely. Daniel Roberts apparently going to come 10th. With Jay Hub in front of him, apparently. Or have they already finished? I'm guessing they've already finished, because they are going slow as hell. Yeah, everyone seems to have finished now, sorry. So, that's our finishing grid. Jake, that was a good race, wasn't it?
That was one of the better races. Unfortunately, the Hoogman incident has tainted it for me, but other than that, you know, ideal. Tommy Schetz back to where he belongs.
Tommy Schetz is definitely back to where he belongs. He'll be happy with that, I'm sure. With Benvenuti just behind him. I'm hoping his father's still watching, because what a performance actually from Benvenuti. He's fighting at the start, trying to get in front of Schetz, but Schetz just having the optimum strategy to seal the deal.
He's got a father that is interested in where he goes and what he does, and that's good.
That's beautiful. It's lovely.
It's beautiful.
It's great stuff. It's great stuff to see. We had quite a few viewers there as well. 12 viewers. Wowee. Bloomin' heck.
I'm just on Twitch or across both of our platforms.
Across both the platforms. Are we having some no, never mind. I thought we would have seen Chris Downing James Ensby beefing a little bit, but I don't think we can. Oh, Ensby, imagine if you had a CSW or a DD1, lol. They must. I think they're all right actually.
Yeah.
I think they're okay. Yeah. Oh, good stuff.
Well,
my arms are dead. Bless. Well, what a race! Of course, like we said, unfortunately, our what they called. At least you can't remember the names now. Interviews. There we go. Our interviews won't be going on today. Just because I've got tea to make and stuff like that, and I need to live. And Jake has got his migraine to take away. But
congratulations to everyone.
Exactly.
Everyone made a good account of themselves, and another exciting race. You got anything to say, mate?
Not only obviously Sunderland Uni that Jake's at is terrible. I'll say it for you, mate, because you forgot to keep your tradition up. It's been an absolutely enthralling race. A refreshing podium as per usual. Now in this forever changing championship. 4 races now left to decide the championship. Who's going to win? Nobody really knows. Obviously, Sanders has been a little bit absent from his races, so maybe that position of first will slowly decline into Shetter's hands. Who knows? But until then, we'll have to wait. 2 weeks from now, let's see what track we'll be at in 2 weeks' time. So, in 2 weeks' time, we're going to be at the Hungaroring Sprint. Hungaroring's an absolute class track for just pure speed and to determine skill of corner and speed and all that jazz. It's an absolute whirlwind of a track. So join us there on the 8th of February when we will be taking a 45-minute sprint with the GT4 class in Season 1. Jake, have you got anything else to say?
Yeah, just focus on uni, mate.
And with that, it's ta-ra.